strike me down, I shall become more powerful than you could possibly imagine.
Hey everybody, it is Bulldog here, and we have some 3 vs 3 testing for Rey. 3 vs 3 just around the corner. I know how much all of you love 3 vs 3, are so excited for it. So I've been looking to test things out, see how things work, give everybody a little bit of an idea of what's coming before you jump into 3 vs 3. And so we've got Chancellor Scorch here, who has run a bunch of tests today, a ton of tests. And he's here to kind of show us what's going on and what's I guess first off, how are you going? How many crystals did you spend today doing your refreshes?
I try not to count.
He went all out.
I'd say it's about I maxed out. I know that much.
I was trying to get a bunch of people together to have everybody do a few tests, and he just took over and went and did them all. So huge thanks. He's got his own YouTube channel that he's been starting up, so I'll put that link in the bottom. Make sure to go check him out, subscribe to him. He's put a lot of effort out. He even took Gamorrean Guard to Relic 7 just for testing for YouTube. So that's how dedicated he is. And spent a bunch.
Had
of
to do something fun
this.
after those Galactic Legends.
So yeah, so he huge shout out for huge thanks for giving me this footage. I know you're gonna have some more on it on your channel, and you're gonna do some Kylo testing tomorrow once you can get more refreshes, I believe. So that
absolutely.
Be sure to subscribe to him to look out for his channel. But let's not waste any more time. Let's jump right into it and show some battles. 3 vs 3. We started out with Galactic Legend versus Galactic Legend, and what were your thoughts on this?
So I know that this is not necessarily what most people want to see because a lot of people don't have Supreme Leader Kylo Ren, but I wanted to test the strategy out first. So what I'm using here against 3v3 Rey is the tier 6 Supreme Leader Kylo Ren strategy, which means you go in and you stun the 2 resistance heroes, and then you go in for Rey. So I wanted to test that. This works here, and I get super close, but the problem is that Rey does not, or I'm sorry, Kylo does not survive long enough and get to his ultimate before Rey does. And it's over once Rey gets to her ultimate.
Yeah, there's 2 advantages with it looks like with Rey that Rey has in 3 vs 3. And that is her ultimate does more damage, as you can see there, because her damage is divided amongst the entire team. So fewer teammates means more damage per person. And then Kylo can't get to his ultimate as fast because usually he's getting AoE crits, and the AoE crits are only hitting 3 people instead of 5. So he can't get there quite as quick. So I saw a loss in the first one. You did a different strategy here where you went after, so right here, last clip you went after Rey. This time you went ahead and took Finn out. And go ahead.
Yeah, so there's 2 strategies that work in tier 6 of the Supreme Leader Kylo Ren event. One is you take out both resistance heroes ASAP, and then you just go ham on Rey. The other one is the first strategy we used, and that is you keep the resistance heroes as long as possible, and you try to build up your mastery off of keeping them alive as long as possible. So that's the 2 different strategies, and that's what I was attempting to do. And clearly it didn't work.
It got close, though. Maybe just a little bit faster Kylo, and you could have had it. Which, I guess we can... Go ahead.
And that's another thing. My mods are very much average. I think I have my Kylo at 500 total speed, which is not great. I did go for offense, which is more important. But my mods represent probably the average player, which is good because the average player watching this is going to have better help than someone who has God mods.
The average player watching this is going to quit the game after they see the rest of this footage. So here we added Thrawn. Let's get into this other one because, well, we know one of the problems was Rey got to the ultimate too quick and was taking too many turns. So Thrawn here and Fracture kind of helped keep everybody alive. She didn't get as many whirlwinds off. So that ends up being pretty big, and then Kylo gets the ultimate a little bit quicker that way.
Correct. And this solely was based off of another strategy that we use for the free to play counter to Rey in Squad Arena, which is that you're running Darth Revan, Malik, Basilisk Sean Fallen, and then you throw in Watt and Thrawn. Thrawn's sole purpose is to slow Rey down and hold her under fracture. So that was my whole purpose here. Slow her down because I'm so close to getting Supreme Leader Kylo Ren's ultimate. All I need is just that inch. And it worked.
Yeah, and getting to the ultimate was made a huge difference. And then, yeah, once you get here and you can use that ultimate, you can then pretty much eventually you're going to win that one-on-one if you have the ultimate, because you can absorb Rey's ultimate. So
it was beautiful. All my thousands of dollars were used well.
We see Supreme Leader Kylo Ren can work, which isn't really too surprising. Now we get to the non-Galactic Legend counters. And
yeah,
this starts to get brutal to watch. Everything
that's not pretty. Watching my gas just.
Yeah, and I honestly don't know where to go, because all the 5 versus 5 counters, they need more people to either control Rey or to damage Rey, and this trio of Rey and the Resistance heroes. They've got survivability. They hit hard. I mean, it's not just Rey doing damage. They hit hard. See, Kenobi didn't work. Tried Bastila here to get some. I mean, she gives out a lot of buffs. Hopefully, obviously adds a lot more damage, because last video we weren't getting enough damage. But
right.
Gas.
I end up this right here. I wanted to use, because I believe with Jedi Knight Revan you can decrease the max health on the opposing character. Is that right?
So Gas is the one who does that, I believe.
Okay.
But I think they have to not have protection, or
that's not going to happen.
But, yeah, and but that's the problem. We're not getting enough damage to get to that point where you're even decreasing the max health. I should look that up to make sure that's the actual right thing there.
Yes, 100%.
I can't remember.
I will say that my gas is modded for protection and offense, mainly protection. But even then, I don't know that if you modded him for offense, if he could even get through this. I mean, the amount of protection here is insane.
Yeah, and there's just not enough time. And you'd think that she wouldn't get to her ultimate as fast in 3 versus 3, because you don't get as many turns per round, I guess, if we want to talk about it as a round. But I mean, it comes up quick.
Yeah, it really does. And here I just threw in Bastila's lead to see if I could get survivability.
Right.
And I will say this: a lot of the mods that I'm using, I'm just literally passing around my 2 fastest speed sets. So I just wanted the fastest team as possible, because you got to get out in front of Galactic Legend Rey. So I could mod for offense, I could mod for survivability, but I decided to go with Bastila's lead to get that survivability, and I'd say we got further. But that doesn't mean we got it.
That's not much of a statement there, because it's still. No. I don't see anything where it's like, okay, I think maybe if we optimize this a little bit, maybe we could get this done. And that's another problem with this 3 versus 3. I'll try not to rant about 3 versus 3 too much as my Discord goes off, because I don't have it on streaming mode because we're using Discord. But yeah, you don't get a chance to play around with these battles. It's not like in 5 versus 5 where you can play around several times until you get the strategy down or something like that. You're going in live, and everyone counts, and your only practice is in the actual 3 versus 3 modes, unless you're finding something like this to set up with people. So we need a sandbox mode.
I love.
Open. We lost you for just a second there. We'll see if it comes back. Yeah, as we tried a different strategy here, marking somebody other than Rey, and same thing. It still did not work. So sorry guys, we're doing a Discord chat here, and it timed out. We'll see if it comes back. He should come back soon, I hope. so he can explain what's going on for the next one, because I think we get some more things here after Jedi.
I think that I'm back now.
There you are. You're back. All
we're
right.
good. Okay.
Perfect. So
Sorry about that, guys.
that's
That
we're
was
good.
just utter annihilation.
So, you were
This
just
one on the great planet of Lothal. I tried to use gas, but since gas never went to Lothal, it just didn't work.
it's just like yeah, I don't even know what to say. So we tried. I think you tried two different clone variations here, and neither of them got anywhere. So come on, Discord. So my Discord's having about as much success as Gas is countering Ray here.
Yeah, so I ended up using two different clones. I used Rex because I tried to get Rex out of the gate to get the turn meter. And I will say this: these speed sets or the speed total on the opposing Ray is I have it written down here: 565. Oh, is 323. I believe my 307.
Okay.
So he couldn't even get out of the gate to get the turn meter up.
And so yeah, then you switch to fives and Echo, and that's going to give Echo gives fives a lot more defense, which he's already got high defense, so that plus 100% defense when he taunts is pretty big. So hoping hoping he could survive, but and then the whirlwind just ignores the defense. I need defense anyways, basically, and that
it really does, and I hate that Ray is got the AI defense where it codes to go towards specific characters. I really think defense should be random. But if you're not, like, you're gonna get just owned because, like, I normally, like, if I'm going counter match with gas, I don't ever taunt with fives because I want them to trigger sacrifice.
Yeah.
But here Ray knows to go for fives.
So yeah, it doesn't just
it ruins your team.
So yeah, and I don't know. I have mixed thoughts on that. But it is kind of frustrating when only certain characters do it. Like other teams don't. I think it's hilarious how people found out that you could actually use that against the computer though to manipulate that. That was great. So yeah,
I love this community.
And then of course they didn't like that, but I enjoyed that quite a bit. But so yeah, switching to we got a Kenobi lead trying to give Gas some more survivability.
Kenobi lead for the survivability. Thrawn get around Ray's speed there, maybe to fracture her.
That didn't work. Oh, here was my suggestion. Here was my thing that I just threw out there. I was like, okay, maybe Droideka. No, didn't even work. Droideka doesn't even survive long enough for me to tell you what my thought process was here. But I really, because Droideka's got the damage immunity, I thought maybe we could time the damage immunity and survive. B1 damage numbers don't matter because it's just damage at all. Triggers that. And then Droideka does all that extra damage based on the speed difference, which is huge between Droideka and Rey. But yeah, no, not even close.
Survive.
So I don't know. Maybe there might be something with Droideka on a 5 versus 5, but 3 versus 3 is just not. It's not going to work.
Yeah, I definitely think you're on the right track there with the true damage and the speed differential. But again, in 3v3, you just don't have enough time.
Yeah, I honestly have no idea what to beat Rey with, other than another Galactic Legend.
Which is not the news people want to hear, but I'm afraid without either insane mods, like plus 4,000 speed, I don't know that it's possible.
Yeah, I'm pretty much completely out of ideas. We'll see. Hopefully, once this starts and we've got hundreds of battles going on, maybe somebody will come across something, either because they're smarter than I am or because they just happen to stumble up on something that maybe it's like, oh, maybe there's something there. But yeah,
I really do think that in a 5v5, I think it's fully possible for someone to win without having a Galactic Legend going up against somebody who has both, assuming they were to put both on defense.
It's that's going to be a tough match, but you can actually beat them. You can beat them without requiring a Galactic Legend. It's going to leave the rest of the match kind of tough because you're using up a lot of teams there. But yeah, it's not impossible. But I can't see it. I don't know. I can't see it happening 3 versus 3. Getting through
I really don't think so.
Getting through Rey looks hard, if not impossible. Getting through Rey and Kylo, which we haven't even seen yet, you'll look at that tomorrow. I'm more optimistic about beating Kylo because, well, I mean, we've seen right now, Gas and a clone can go 2 versus 5 and beat him. But that's also specific First Order squads, so I don't know how that will apply to some of the other ones.
I'm curious to see. I really don't think people are going to put Kylo on defense in 3v3, just because he's got an aura about him that everybody kind of knows that he's not good on defense. But I do think I will say this, a little teaser from my video. I was able to beat him twice already with some pretty cool teams. So I think that there's a lot more viability there. And I'm going to say, if you have Supreme Leader Kylo Ren, don't put him on defense.
So, but the tough thing is that even if he's not as good, people have never faced him in 3 versus 3. So that's going to make things very hard just because you don't know what you're doing. So we haven't, at least so far. Hopefully everybody will go over and check out your video to get a glimpse of that before they start. But there hasn't been a lot of videos out. So obviously very few people have played him. So that's one of the, in any Grand Arena setting, that's one of the biggest weapons is using teams that people aren't familiar with, because you either underestimate it and lose, or sometimes it's just you go in way overboard and you just use better characters than you need because you don't know what to expect, and either way that's a win.
Right.
So we finished
then later on you don't have the teams that you need.
Yep. So finishing up there with on a positive note, beating Rey, but once again had to use
if you have a Galactic Legend.
Using Legend. So, but the good thing is that we probably don't see a ton of matchups where like somebody with 0 Galactic Legends going up against 2 Galactic Legends. The GP difference there at the top is going to be pretty extreme. So hopefully, we know matchmaking isn't that great to begin with, but hopefully there's not a lot of those out there. But I know 5 versus 5, we definitely saw some people without either Kylo or Rey going up against people that had him or her. So
certainly did. I certainly went up against quite a few people who did not have a Galactic Legend. I'll even say, like, I went up against. It was interesting actually who I got paired up against, because I either went up against people who was going for a Galactic Legend and they're close, or I had people who had like their entire top half of their roster reliced out. So like Relic Rebels, Relic Jedi Knight Revan, Relic Sith Empire, like the entire like top good teams Relic. So I mean, I'm not sure how the matchmaking is going to work, but we'll just have to see how it plays out.
So I'm definitely excited. Obviously, I don't have them on my account since I had to start over. I'm probably 6 months away from a Galactic Legend of any sort, if that. So I don't have to worry about it yet, but I'm going to be following along and seeing how this 3 versus 3 looks. I normally hate 3 versus 3. I can't stand it. I'm not looking forward to playing it on my own account, but I am very curious to see how these 3 versus 3 matchups with the Galactic Legends go. And for those who have like 2 Galactic Legends going up against others that have 2 Galactic Legends, I want to see what people are doing offense and defense. So what are you going to do? Because it's going to take some guts to stick them on defense and not have them on offense for yourself. But I think I would probably set them, especially Rey. If I have Rey, and I'm setting Rey on defense, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Because even if the other person has Rey and keeps them for offense and they got a mirror match there, it's going to be hard not to lose somebody. I mean, you can time the ultimates right, but you're going to have a whirlwind in there. It's going to be tough to actually play that without losing somebody and losing some points. I think Rey mirror matches should be fairly easy because the computer doesn't necessarily know how to time that ultimate. You can wait for the computer to pop theirs, and then you pop yours, and you can absorb hers, and you can time that better. But I still think it's going to be hard not to lose somebody there and lose a few points.
100%, 100%. And those top tier matches, when you have completely relicked out teams, those banners matter.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And, yeah.
So, all right. Well, again, so make sure to head over to Scorch's YouTube, and he's gonna have some more videos coming on this. Gonna have some Kylo videos coming. You won't see a Kylo video on my account. That's only going to be on his. So make sure you go over and subscribe. Again, huge thanks for coming on here and showing me this footage and letting me put it on this account. I really appreciate it. I think people are gonna like
man,
this.
I really appreciate you having me on.
So it's gonna be fun. So anything else to add before we sign off here?
Like, subscribe. There you go.
Of course.
Both channels.
Of course, like always. So thank you guys a ton, and as always, there's gonna be more videos coming, and we'll have some. I know I said I hate 3 vs 3, but I'll try to stream some of mine. I actually inflated the GP on my account a little bit. It's gonna hurt me in my matches, but I'm trying to get some better matches because I just walked through all of mine. I haven't lost any yet. Finished. I think I finished 5th last time. It was definitely top 10. I'm pretty sure it was 5th, but it wasn't even difficult. I built my roster too well that I'm facing people that don't have a chance against me. So I inflated the.
Here's a piece of advice. Relic 7 your Gamorrean guard.
that will not help in Grand Arena. But yeah, I inflated my.
I need to post a video. I have I've beaten a Galactic Legend raid team with a Gamorrean guard. I know.
With a Gamorrean guard along for the ride, I believe. So, but actually, that was pretty cool. How he held his own and took a beating. I did see that video. So I'm not recommending anybody do that for Grand Arena, but it was kind of cool to watch. So yeah, check that out on his video page. It's entertaining if nothing else. Watching this little piggy get beat up on by Grievous and not giving any ground whatsoever. So anyways, that's all we've got. So thanks a lot for tuning in, everybody, and we'll see you around the hall tables.